Richard Hammond has revealed his former Top Gear and the Grand Tour stars Jeremy Clarkson and James May were driven crazy by his antics during filming. The 54-year-old shared that for over 2 decades, he has been clashing with his on-screen co-stars. The trio worked together for over 20 years, having presented BBC's Top Gear from 2002 to 2015. They then went on to host the popular Amazon Prime motor show, The Grand Tour. The television stars are famed for their strong rapport and comical chemistry, with Richard claiming that Jeremy, 64, and James, 61, hated him thanks to one of his annoying habits. He claimed that he had several regular tendencies that infuriated them on set. Speaking on his podcast Who We Are We Know with daughter Izzy, he gave an insight into what life has been like with his pals over the years. The pair discuss a variety of topics and, with a core focus on men's mental health. In the latest episode, Richard was seen chatting with a sleep expert. He told Dr. Lindsay Browning, "I'll put my hands up and say in my experience I have always been a Class A, Olympic medal-winning, gold standard sleeper." He continued, "It's the thing that I've always been best at. I'm not saying that for comedic effect. I'm better at sleeping than anything else I do, always have been." The presenter added, "In years gone by, when I was doing a TV show with a couple of idiots, we would turn up at the studio on a Wednesday morning, so Tuesday would be rehearsing, scripting, working it out, and Wednesday we turn up and the office was a Portakabin." Izzy, 23, chimed in and confessed it was awful. Richard went on to talk about how Jeremy and James would react and said, "We'd rock up, I'd be like, 'Here we go chaps.' And my 2 colleagues, men slightly older than me, 10 years older, would be in the corner, grumbling and moaning about having not slept. At which point, I could never help myself, I'd always leap and go, 'Do you know what, I can sleep on a washing line,' and they hated me for it." Before adding, "Insomnia is a big deal for those who suffer from it, but for those who don't, it's very, very difficult to understand it." Unfortunately, he can now relate to his former co-stars. He detailed, "At 54, suddenly I've discovered the horrors of not being able to get to sleep, and I know what they were talking about all those years ago." This came after the news that the Grand Tour is ending after the series, with the trio focusing on other projects. It was recently reported that Jeremy will earn a whopping £24 million pay cheque following the split.